Don't talk about it.
What?
A smooth entrance, as always. Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 22 of Arc 2 of Better Than Heroes. I'm Rachel Weeks, and I play Klik, the level 8 Tohr-Kreen fighter.
I'm Andrew Ovredahl, and I play Flute, the human bard, a.k.a. the Windrider.
I'm Jordan Dahl, and I play the Moonboy, a level 8 Moonboy.
I am Aaron. Hello, I'm Aaron Urist, and I play K.A.I Hammerstein, the Artificer.
And I'm Harlan Kelly. I am the DM of this game, and I play everyone else.
And tonight, our very special guest returns for another week in Wild Space. It's Brennan, Lee Mulligan, everybody.
Hello, my name's Brennan Lee Mulligan. I'm playing Charlie Chuz Chuftings, playing a ranger and friend to our heroes here in Wild Space. Happy to be back on board for week 2. Woo!
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We are going to jump right into this combat, but a couple of quick announcements. A quick thank you to all of our new pals in Discord. We're excited to see some new people hanging out in there. A quick reminder, our Discord is now open to anybody who wants to be in there.
Get in there.
Click the link in chat and you can join us to talk about D&D and Dice and Better Than Heroes episodes past and present. Come hang out with us. We'd appreciate it very much. That being said, there's lots of cool sneak peeks for our subscribers and our patrons. So if you want to give some financial support to the show, that will get you some extra bonuses, but you can be involved in our Discord regardless. In a few moments, we are going to play some 5e Spelljammer inspired Dungeons and Dragons. But first, our show is brought to you by the wonderful Big Top Productions.
Big Top?
Big Top?
Everybody. It's live soundtracked by Jason Wardell, and it is directed by Case Drury of Tiger Moon Productions. And now,
That's a tiger
for last
sound.
week's recap.
Oh yeah, I do those. Last time on Better Than Heroes. In the Moon Girl's demiplane, Liloon knocked upon a dimensional door, which would return the crew of the Dinger to wild space to free their friends and their ship from the clutches of a pirate outfit known as the Bones. On the other side of the door was none other than Charlie Chuz Chuftings, Hippo Man Extraordinaire, a GIF Horizon Walker Ranger from the Guild of Spatial and Planar Travel, and an old friend of the Moon Girls. Cheza generously agreed to help the crew with their task. He was familiar with the Bones and suspected that they originated from a more nefarious group of planar evildoers of the same name, which he had dealt with in the past. Who had been aiding monsters? This is a really long run-on sentence. Who had been aiding monsters called Dream Eaters in entering the material plane? Who writes these? Cheza and the crew said goodbye to the Moon Girl and made their way toward the pirate dock on the planet Garden. The crew disguised themselves as widower pirates as part of a cunning plan to take the dock without firing a shot. Upon landing dockside, the crew was confronted by the Bones Githyanki captain, Shark Beef, whom Cheza recognized from the bad old days, confirming his suspicions about the Bones. Their plan for non-violence was dashed immediately by a natural one. No plan has ever failed faster, and Kai punched an old woman in the face. The docks exploded into violence as the crew fought their way towards the central command tower, and the Bones used cranes to attack Cheza's ship and the party. At the tower's pinnacle, Chuz destroyed Captain Sharkbeef, who promised to return again. All appeared to be under control until a planar presence that Chuz had detected was revealed to be a portal-faced Dream Eater, a terrifying monster from beyond reality. All in a day's work, right? Can a Dream Eater be more dangerous than the old woman Kai knocked out? Plus, if we don't go to sleep, it probably can't hurt us, right? Find out right now on Better Than Heroes.
Hi, hello. So, the last thing you all saw, if you all want to take a look at your Roll20 map right here, we'll have it up here, but Charlie Chuffington. Chuffington? Yep, got it. I know it's the name of your character.
Charlie Chuz Chuftings, but we can go by Chuz or
Chuffington.
Chuzzy.
Chuz. I was just trying to brag that I knew your name, and I fucked it up. So, you are up here, having been teleported through a Dimension Door spell with Flute. You were quickly followed by Shark Beef, the pirate, and then you downed him right at the end of the last episode. But you have this portal creature now standing in front of you, this unwelcome sight as it pulls back its hood. And if you all want to take a peek at the Roll20 map right here, I'm going to show you the wonderful art that Jordan did for this creature as it drops out of its humanoid form, and it's disguised, and it kind of has all these bits like of these like tentacle, kind of like wiry parts of itself that surround this swirling portal. Kind of like goes down to almost all fours, but it's like floating right above the ground, touching it here and there with the tentacle. There's a little just like blue mist floating out of this swirling portal, and it is said, you can't make me go back. And we are going to stay right in initiative here. And
Baby.
just keep it rolling with combat.
The cosmic
wants to
cat. Everybody drank.
Just staring down a portal.
If people have to drink every time, the cat is on screen, they'll die. Everyone will be dead. And they'll have a mass
dream
murder
eater
on
is a
screen.
funny euphemism for cat asshole.
God damn it.
So in this moment, staring down this portal, this powerful, otherworldly creature that you have seen many people be consumed by, Chuz, it is going to start off with Talon's turn. The NPC that Aaron is running in this combat, she has one mechanical arm here. She is a sorcerer. Sorry, Aaron, I should have warned
I'll
you
figure it
that
out.
she was going first here. If you want to skip her turn, we can.
No, I'll figure it out.
Okay, cool.
Shout out, by the way, to Aaron for the huge play last week of reminding me that the Planar Warrior extra D8 would also be doubled by the critical hit, which is exactly what we needed to put
Huge.
Shark Beef, to turn Shark Beef into Shark Jerky. You're,
Good thing I've been hitting the D&D gym, doing my training. Just fucking Malcolm Gladwelling it up.
Rolling that
Yeah,
giant
Jim.
D20.
Yeah.
The Malcolm
That's
Gladwell
why I
jam.
roll so
Yeah.
good. It's because I fucking put the work in, you guys.
Dude, pick your jaw up off the floor, my dude. You got Gladwelled, guy. Fucking figure it out.
Gladwell, bruh.
God, I can just see Aaron at home like rolling dice alone, being like, "No, no!"
Again!
I see him at the gym rolling 20s, rolling 40s. I saw him
I roll a
50
giant
one time.
D20 and go to the gym. Just hurling
Yeah, I know,
a
it's always
medicine
a
ball
wild-
at a guy.
It's always a wild moment watching players like try and make the decision like, oh, should we use this thing? And like I know like maybe we can get him, and I know that like the max on the die is not gonna get them. But then I feel like last night was the opposite of that, where I was like, oh yeah, they can't get him, and then it was like, oh shit, there's another dice in play, a new champion.
Yes.
has
A
arisen.
new champion has arisen.
Well,
Love it.
Okay.
there's a new crease in the map, so to speak. We'll see if anyone gets swallowed.
All right, yeah. Let's see. Aaron, do you get?
Does
a move
Talon have
for
any idea
Talon?
what kind of creature this is?
I know. I was like, I wish this was Blades in the Dark, so I could buy a flashback. So we asked
Yeah.
Chuz what this
Yeah.
thing is.
Yeah,
But we
do
didn't.
a flashback where we asked Chuz about are they aberrations?
Well-
Okay.
We don't know.
She doesn't know. So, and she wouldn't be able to do that anyway. So here's what Talon is going to
I'll remind you,
cast.
she's pretty far away on the map too.
She's on top of
Thank
the
you
crane.
for reminding me.
Yeah,
Let's
which
see.
is. Oh, I gotta get this out of the way. Sorry.
Oh, she might be close enough. She might be close enough. She might be close enough. I can't really. Oh, she can move. She's gonna move a little bit.
Yeah, she is on top of this crane.
She's
80
gonna
feet up
move
in the
over
air.
to the edge of the crane so that she can kind of see everybody. She's going to cast the spell Aid at 4th level.
Whoa, okay.
She's going to choose 3 creatures within range. She's
Let's
going to
go.
choose. She's going to choose the 3 creatures that she can choose. She's going to choose
Good choice.
Chaza, Windrider, and K.A.I, and everybody's going to get their hit point maximums increased by 15 and gain 15 temporary hit points.
Love it.
Ability spells. Look at that.
Amazing.
Upcasting Aid. Man, don't ever let them tell you buff spells aren't important. They're extremely important.
They're huge.
Especially for these NPCs. Thank
Yeah,
you.
as long as you've got a second character and you don't have to use them on your main.
No, just make it cool, man. Just make it cool. In fact, I'm gonna take the flavor on this one. As she casts this spell, her arm almost expands. Her mechanical arm, she like holds it out, and you can see it from the people on the tower. It almost turns into a tree branch looking structure as different pieces of it just like unfold themselves and go out here, and it focuses this magical energy into a beam that flashes for a second, and you just feel all 3 of it kind of like wash over you, this balance. It's almost like feeling dizzy, but when you come back, you're sharper than ever, and kind of like feeling tough. So,
Feeling
great turn.
tough.
Nice.
Let's call that out for Talon.
Great. Okay, cool.
Everybody turns around, shades on.
Damn you, gadget.
With that, it's now going to be the Dream Eater's turn. This
No.
swirling portal with these just like like small cord-like tentacles floating all around it, almost with the swirl of its face, and you hear it go, "There will be more of me here, and I am staying forever." And it just like gets brighter, and it says, "Don't you think?" And I need.
How big is this thing?
It's about the size of a large cow. Like it has like a very like wide body and looks like pretty heavy with all of these tentacles, and like the portal face of it is I don't know, the size of like a car wheel. It's like pretty big. It had kind of like dimmed it and narrowed it to look like a humanoid, but now that it's in its full kind of like spread out form, it's much bigger.
I tuned out a
And-
large cow. We're fighting a large cow.
Cow portal. Got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Portal cow. I'm on it.
Yeah, every once in a while I say things and I'm like, okay, cool, you are from Indiana.
I am making a note to fully ask how many cows things are now.
Yeah, okay.
Marlon, how many cows are we talking here with this hippogriff?
Yeah, one and a half. Kai, I need, when this flash happens, I need you to, Flute. You are standing right in front of it. And it says, I'm not, it's like, he kind of like says this almost to you. The eye turns and looks at you and gets brighter. And there's like a blue flash that comes out of it. And I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Yike.
Yikes. Not my forte. That'd be a 16.
You have advantage on the saving throw too as well. So roll one more time.
Can I see him? Probably not.
Ugh. It's gonna be the 16.
Okay, that is you are successful. You do not. You feel what is clearly you are someone who has cast many a spell that charms someone, and you feel it kind of like take hold of your brain, and you start to agree with it, but then whoom, it just like can't quite set in as you recognize it. You know, the old intrusive thought that you catch before you call it reality, and it pushes that magic off, and it kind of like flares at this out of anger, and that is going to be the end of its turn. It is going to stay right there, except it's going to stay on the tower, but it's going to move 5 feet closer to both of you all. It's going to like step up towards you, just like moving and wriggling like this. And it is now Bessner, Kai's familiar's turn. And after that, Flute, it will be your turn.
Bessner's going to... Well, actually, Bessner's all the way over by where Shark Beef was.
Okay, cool.
So
this is just gonna fly
unfortunately,
over?
Bessner's just going to take the dash action and get over towards the tower.
Great. This little mechanical hummingbird just like over and catches up with you all. We really need to make a Besner token. I keep forgetting to do it.
Yeah, you can basically get to where Kai is now.
Okay, cool. Cool. And then that is going to bring up Flute. It's your turn now.
How tall is this tower?
The tower is 35 feet tall up to the top of the floor. There's another 5 feet if you go from like the wall up. So it's 40 feet tall. I don't know why I said it like that.
Okay.
It's 40 feet tall.
So if you go over the edge, 40. But if you go through the floor, 35.
It's true. That is correct.
I'm gonna look at Chuz kind of apologetically and be like,
Well, Chuz, I'm afraid I might have pulled one of my patented rash maneuvers.
and then I'm going to draw Ventress's rapier, my magic sword, which like shines almost as if it's like cutting through the air, and then I'm going to stab this guy. Does
Absolutely.
a
The bad
25
guy, right?
hit? Yeah, Chuz.
Yep. Are you
Sorry,
stabbing?
Better you die than go to this portal.
One of my patented rash maneuvers, stab.
God, why? Why?
No, this Dream Eater. Does a 25 hit?
It does. It does, Andrew.
Cool. And then I will extra attack.
It's a wild card.
Does a
Nobody saw it coming.
13 hit?
It does not.
Okay. And then I will bonus action whirl around with my scimitar as my bonus action. And does a 17 hit?
A 17 does hit.
Okay, so he's gonna take 7 magical piercing damage.
All right, let's go.
He's gonna take these damage rolls. Fuck off. And he's gonna take 4 regular slashing damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to spend Bardic Inspiration die and draw on my education in the College of Swords to execute a mobile flourish. So he's going to take an addition. I just rolled 3 consecutive ones on damage.
No.
He's going to take.
It's that
he's going to
evil
take
eye,
an additional 1 damage, but you could tell me if I could do this or not. Harlan, he should get pushed off the roof because I can move him. I can move him 6 feet off the roof.
Okay, cool. I'm absolutely down to do that. He's going to hit a wall, so he has a chance to do a saving throw, and because he's not going off of a flat surface, he's hitting a wall, so he could maybe grasp onto the wall. Also, is that last 1 damage, was that magical or non-magical damage?
Yeah, it's just I could just add it onto whichever attack, so I'd add it onto my magic rapier. So 1 extra point of that
Okay,
magic.
Cool. Great. And so you when you hit it with when you hit it with Ventress's sword, you see it almost just like slice through, like the tentacles that are writhing around it almost move out of the way, and it hits the portal. And you see Shuck in this this portal is like swirling, but it kind of has this one single large eyeball feel to it because it has a big black dot at the center that has the like blue swirl around it, and it kind of like looks up at you as you hitting it excitedly, and when you see it kind of like wince when the blade goes into it because the magical aura of the blade seems to be what is affecting it. And when you throw another stab into it with the offhand non-magical attack, it hits the portal and it just kind of like goes almost straight through it. It just nicks one of the tentacles writhing around and like lops a bit of it, and it just kind of like wiggles off.
Secret weapon, baby.
It seems like it's resisting some of the non-magical damage. And Andrew, because you're calling on you're using an ability, calling on your studies that you did as a sword fighter, can you just give us just like a tiny little flashback of like this moment of like, what are you pulling from? Just like you said, I just want you just to let's do a tiny little flashback here of what you're pulling
Yeah,
from.
sure. I mean, I went to a fabled, very prestigious bardic college, Swanson by the Sea, which my musical family railroaded me into. But what I really wanted to be was a swashbuckling pirate. So as soon as I got a music degree, I just enrolled, like in grad school, went right back for an education
grad school.
in swordsmanship. And Flute was terrible at it. He was just really bad, and his instructors would basically just have him doing drills over and over again while he would watch his fellow students doing like cartwheels and fencing on like a tightrope. He had to just kind of do these very rote, repetitive drills, and so he's truly just drawing upon that. He's Gladwelling it, to use Aaron's term. He's using his many
Fucking
repetitive
wax on,
hours.
wax off, baby.
Yeah.
You've been Gladwell.
Of daydreaming about being a pirate to sort of slash this portal back with some fancy footwork.
Yeah, you just hear in your head, slash, advance, slash, advance, slash.
Swash and buckle. Buckle and no, it's swash then buckle again.
Buckle
People
swash.
think it's all that. People think it's all that fancy tightrope fighting. No,
Yep.
10,000 hours of piracy. Putting in the fucking work.
You've just been Gladwelled.
10,000 hours of piracy. Okay.
I didn't really realize there was a wall there because I remember we saw the Vinia come to the edge, so I just assumed that there was like an opening. But yeah, if I
Sorry.
could try to chuck this thing off, that's what I wanted to do.
Absolutely. It's going to get a saving throw here. And what is your spell save DC? That's what I'm going to call this.
It'll
that's
be a
trying to get here.
15.
All right. Great and great. So it is unsuccessful. So it is going to hit
Nice.
this wall and tumble over it. But Kai, you can see it goes 5, 10, or it just gets pushed back 5 feet, right? Just gets pushed back 5 feet? Or 10 feet?
Yeah, 6 feet total.
6 feet? Okay, cool. I'm going to put it over here. There, I'm going to put it 10 feet away. And you see it kind of like go over this wall, and Flute, you have this moment of just seeing it get pushed, like it's trying to dodge your swordsmanship, and in this second hit, after it does get magically hit, it kind of moves backward, hits the wall, and just flops over it. And Kai, you see it flop over, and for a moment it looks like it's going to tumble to the ground, except it quickly rights itself and is just hovering in midair on the other side of the wall as it can fly. And that is going to bring up...
You got lucky.
Is there a doorway up here where we are, where Chuz and I
Yes. That the one thing on this map that you can see here, this thing is a kind of like a larger doorway.
are? Okay. I'm gonna use my movement on my turn to move over here.
Great, awesome. Just / push run, right?
Yeah.
That's okay, cool.
It's what they drilled in /
It's
push
part of
run.
the drill.
Yeah, I had to
Slash
do
push
it. 500 times.
Oh man, canonically, your swashbuckling teacher's last name was Gladwell. Absolutely.
Phineas Gladwell.
The Gladwell technique.
Honestly, that sounds like one of those situations, like the old Wesley Snipes joke of like, shouldn't I be Wesley Snipes? Of like, Gladwell's a way better swashbuckler name than a guy who writes books about pop psychology. Like, a million Gladwell. That's amazing. That's amazing. Right when, because I'm up on the roof with Flute. So I think when you successfully send this aberration spinning off into the sky, you get a quick "Good on you, Windy!" as Chuz looks at this shocking monster. This fight just got way scarier. Oh no!
Yeah, and I will remind you from last episode, Chuz fully believes that you are cool. Not in like a he thinks you're cool in a like he looks up to you way. He like believes that you believe in yourself.
Yeah,
You know
he
what I'm
rolled
saying?
for it.
I did.
Important plot point. Moonboy, it's your turn now.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. This changes things. This thing is now on the outside of the tower, as I understand it.
Yes, and it's floating in the air. Yeah, it's
That's
floating
frightening.
30
Yeah.
feet up.
35.
Oh, yes.
Sorry.
Oh, so it's still just hovering up at the,
Yeah, it
at the very
didn't
top. It
fall.
didn't even fall, right?
Correct, yeah, it can fly. I am going to call it prone for the purposes of you being successful, though, as it needs to kind of like right itself. Yeah.
Ah, classic. Flying prone.
Flying prone, yeah.
Could I? So I know
It's
there
that
are
moment when a cat's
restrictions-
falling and they're like just twisting. It's that moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. I know there
Great.
are restrictions on casting 2 spells.
Yep. Yeah. If one is a bonus action and one is an action, as long as one of them is a cantrip, you can cast 2 spells. But if they're not both cantrips, you can't do it.
What if one is a class feature? I'm kidding. I'm trying to I'm trying to get away from this rule. Okay. The Moonboy is going to fly up to the top of this crane.
Great. There's like a small glow under you as your moon boots activate, and there are these nice, cool shoes that have. If you were flying in them, you cannot turn off the light for them. So
That
yeah,
is
you just
true. I
surrounded by light and flying. Here.
glow with as though with the what is it? Light cantrip, I believe.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm going to cast. I'm gonna cast freaking guiding bolt at that thing.
Hell yeah, you are. You just see this kind of like collection of moonlight summoned all around you, and boom, this big blast shoots off. And if you want to roll a d20 to tell me
I sure
if that
do. More than anything.
moon blast of light hits, we'll find out.
How's a 22 treat you?
Absolutely. As it kind of is like stumbled over the edge here, and it's like righting itself, being prone in the air. Right as it's starting to get its bearings, this bolt of white light just slams into it, and the magical energy, like it dims the light in the middle of it for a second. You see some of the tentacles just kind of like fall off the sides of it, like tree branches falling off, and it kind of like rights itself and starts to glow even harder and kind of lets out this that it's like sounds like the language it was speaking earlier before it started translating into common, but it's just like a expletive, just like this like cry out from it. And what is the damage on your
Space honk. That is gonna be 12 damage, and as he does this, shoots this volatile ball of moonfire, another kind of flange of a rogue moon shoots out of his starry form and shoots toward this thing, and I'm going to try for another attack. Ooh, that's going to be 16.
Yes. No, I'm sorry. Wait. No, I'm sorry. That misses. I'm sorry. Yeah. Denial. Apologies.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
It's
and that
fine.
it's radiant damage, correct?
That is radiant damage.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, that it kind of has like turned and adjusted itself for you. So this second little like comet that comes out of because you are a circle as a stars druid, you're in this like lighted up form that is not your usual self, and just kind of like radiating with moonfire. And this like bit of moonfire comes out and just dodges right past it as it's like more aware of where all of its enemies are now, and it's just kind of like looking around.
Okay. Whoever attacked the next attack gets advantage
Okay, cool.
See ya.
on
Cool.
that guy, and that's the
Great.
end of the Moonboys.
Cool. You want to yell anything cool before the end of your turn?
Yes, but he's too far away from the actual fight. You can't hear it.
You just do this tiny, high-pitched little voice.
Your shoes are just kind of like pulsating with a little
Yeah.
rage.
When he's like this, it's usually something unsettling anyway. It was probably like, the rage of the thousands compel you.
Klik, it is your turn.
Yes, sir. Okay, so all of Klik's teammates have flown or teleported or just like blip, 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 like all to the other side of this battlefield. She is all the way down here. So she's just gonna classic run and jump over to her friends.
Nice though.
Great.
Like that's not cool.
Like
Yeah,
that.
she-
Yeah.
Jump.
Yeah,
Well,
it
you're
should
like-
be noted that she does incredible super insect jumps.
She does. What is the height of like this ledge here? Can I jump that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Sweet.
That one's
Okay.
yeah, it's only 10 feet up, so you can kind of just like easily.
Great.
Whoomph it.
No
You're like-
problem.
Yeah.
One story. She can do that. So all of her friends teleport across the
It's
battlefield.
like everyone's so
Just, like,
cool, and then jumps over a
and just
building.
like schlep leaps
just with
leaps over
effortlessly
the
jumps over a
I'm
building.
seeing like a little of that
and she
lost
has
Travolta
40 movement.
energy. Yeah.
so she does get all the way up to where Kai is.
Hello.
And I will try and huck a chatkcha at this guy. So she reaches behind, she stows her Githka as she's running and leaping and pulls a triangular sort of throwing star shaped thing, but it's about the size of a dinner plate made of black crystal, and whips it at the portal in the sky. That
With
is
advantage,
gonna
I believe.
Yep, with advantage. I love that classic rock song.
Well,
Portal
that
in
is
the
going to be
sky.
25 to hit. 20,
All right, that
25.
25 absolutely hits. Remind me, is this weapon magical or is
This
it just
is a
Githka?
magical weapon.
Great, cool, good news.
So this is going to be 11 slashing damage.
Absolutely, as you just whoomph up here, get in position, like all these people moving cool places, but yeah, you do this cool bug jump, and then just as it is turning and posturing toward Moonboy, and again it's just like slammed into, this weapon slams into it and just shaves off a bunch of these wriggling tentacles around it, and they just kind of flop to the ground, and you see the swirling, almost like plasma that is around the void center of it just start like dripping down from its body.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Kill.
do you have another attack?
So it comes back to her hooking like a boomerang. She'll catch it in one of her 4 arms and throw it back around again.
I like you catching it with the tiny arm and like throwing it up to the big
yeah.
arm, you know? Like,
No, it's a behind the back maneuver. Tiny arm, big arm. Fling. That's a 20. It's so close to critting today. It's a 27 to hit.
also hits. Yeah.
And that is going to be
And Rachel, did you use the guiding bolt advantage or no? Yes,
I did on the
did.
first one.
Yes,
Yeah.
dope. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So it's 9 magical slashing damage on that second one, and I am going to put some oomph behind it, a little bit of extra psionic energy toward into the portal here. So that is an additional D8 plus my intel. It's an additional 9.
And is
No,
that
10 now.
Dang.
Damn. Is that additional 10 psychic damage?
Additional 10. I believe the telekinetic strike. Force damage. 1 psi die of force damage.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you build all these resistances and then you just wiggle on past them. Okay, fine. The Psi-Knight ability isn't psychic
Psionics.
damage? Alright, that's fine. Yeah, so
I did roll a max on my psionic dice, so I am tired. I go down to a d6.
Oh, whoa.
It doesn't often. It's the first time that's ever happened, I think. Is I
Yeah, it's
spend
Crazy. I
a
didn't know
psi
that could
die.
happen.
Yeah,
Wait, so-
if you roll an 8, you go down to a d6. If you roll a 1, you go up a size.
Can you give us a little flavor in this moment of like because you get the boomerang back and you huck it and you hit it again and you throw in this kind of like of a pro tennis
Yeah.
player hit into the
But
Oh my god,
Serena
Klik would be
backhand.
so good at tennis. She'd be
Whoa,
so good at
oh
it.
my god, she would. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Just 4 rackets? Come on! She'd look like a dragonfly.
that's gotta be illegal, though. Come on.
we can
She's
I will
7
make
feet
us
tall.
tennis
Yeah.
rules. I'm happy to make us tennis.
Cicada Williams?
Yeah, so she...
Yeah, it's okay.
Come
Back to me,
she-
come back to me.
She throws it and just, like, puts everything into hitting, and because it seems she still hasn't really had a day on the battlefield, so I think she's really trying to tear this thing apart and exhausts herself a little bit. sweet teen bug.
Yeah. Pushing too hard, staying up too late.
Yeah.
But
Cheetos for dinner, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but you still, with both of these hits, have just like perfectly connected and just shaved a chunk of these writhing tentacles that are around this portal eye, just like fall to the ground and just wriggle around and dissipate a bit into this plasma-ish swirl that is around the eye. And that is going to be the bottom of combat, so we're back at the top here, and Kai, you're up.
I just wanted to do a quick shout out to Venus Flytrap Williams. That's very good.
Oh, Venus Flytrap Williams.
Very good. All right, go ahead.
Actually, before we move on, with now that all of the opponents that that are kind of like looking onto it, it feels like it has an understanding of where everyone is right now. It is going to use a legendary action to.
Oh no!
I don't want that.
Oh no! Our confidence.
And
Moonboy is sort of way out there.
Yeah.
sure
but still.
is. It's going to use one of its to start wriggling all of its tentacles kind of like together, and Chuz and Flute, you both see it kind of just like spread out in the air for a second. It's like dissipating almost, and I need you both to, like, you just start seeing everything around you looks blue, and it just is like when the sun sets and it's like the golden hour, it looks like everything's orange except everything is blue, and I need you both to roll wisdom saving throws for me.
Is this a charm or fear effect?
It is a charm effect.
Lovely. Wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
There's nothing we can do
I got a
for this.
6.
Okay, cool. You have been hypnotic by your own patterns, sir.
No.
Like this writhing air just like entrances you, and in the same way you kind of had a flashback to like the training in your College of Swords days, you're also having a flashback to, Jason Wardell, good job. Just a nice reminder, everybody, that our show is live soundtracked by Jason Wardell. He is out here playing the synth, just improvising this whole way.
Keeping those pulses tapping.
So you have this like flashback to your College of Swords days where you just had a fun party night, and you're just like remembering it fondly and kind of just like looking up at the sky and not worrying about anything, just like letting the stress and of the battle just like kind of like drift away, and you're just kind of like looking out into nowhere.
I think in reality, this party memory, I was probably really insufferable. I was just like telling everybody else about how as soon as I graduated, I was gonna go off into wild space and be like a swashbuckler. But in like my memory, it's like they were really into it. But in reality, they hate it.
Yeah, I like how this is like a nostalgia. Like your hypnotic pattern is nostalgia, and you're also being like, I made it. I am out in wild space.
Yeah.
Versus being a swashbuckler. Yeah. Chuz, what did you get?
You know your boy got a 20, dirty 20.
Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, Chuz, you are very familiar with the tricks of an Elder Dream Eater, which is like what you're realizing this is like one of the stronger ones out there. And you can even, since you got a 20 on this, you can even look over and see that Flute is taken by this spell, and it's just kind of like looking off, clearly charmed, just like eyes spinning a little bit. Yeah.
Let me, first of all, I think this is like all Chuz has advantage on rolls like this, but does not have a great wisdom save other than having advantage on it. I think I'm like, anytime I faced one of these down, I was doing it back in the day with Laloon, and I'm not feeling super confident at this moment without having my like mentor, like someone who's like a huge part of my life here, and realize how dangerous this is. Would I know, and I'm happy to do it based on a roll, would I happen to know, looking at Flute, that this is a condition that he's just fucked, or are there more saves coming up for him?
Yeah, let's have you roll an Arcana roll. Just yeah, absolutely. You can do it just for free here.
Favored, and I assume this is an aberration, yes?
Yes, it is.
Well, then you know that's my favorite enemy, and you know
Let's
I have
go.
advantage on the roll.
Let's go. Laloon knew. She called you in for a reason, my man. Let's go.
Hell yes. And we're saying Arcana?
Yep.
Dirty 20 again.
Let's go. Yeah, you know he will stay here forever unless he is snapped out of it in some way. So he either needs to take damage or be successfully shaken out of it, which takes an action. So
Cool.
yeah.
Yikes.
Okay.
All right, cool. Kai, it's your
Now
turn.
talking about Billy Creen King is my favorite now. Tennis bug pun. Sorry.
Versus Venus Flytrap Williams.
It's very good.
Like
Very
it.
good.
It's the matchup.
Okay. I'm going to look up at this thing and be like, hey! And I'm going to blast him. I'm going to blast him with Hammerstein's Arcane Obliterator.
Yeah,
Blast that
it's
guy.
your shoulder gun, right? It's kind of.
Yeah, it's mounted in my shoulder, and it flings an arc of light at him, and that is a 24 to hit.
Absolutely, just smashes into him as your body that you made for yourself, and you have adjusted in this way, being the construct that you are, to have this weapon, and it comes out of your shoulder and shoots at it. And how much damage does that do?
That is going to be 15 points of force damage.
All right, let's go. Yeah, just this boom into it, and it again just crunches a piece of its body, and you see this drip of plasma.
I yell at it, and then I blast him, and I wait for him to sort of look down on me, and then I turn into light with my bonus action, and I will teleport up on top of this crane on this little space right next to it, and I will use my second attack to punch it in the face.
Yes.
With the thunder gauntlet.
The crane is much higher than the tower.
Way too
I'm
high.
sorry.
You need to
that's
go to the
true.
tower.
It's 80,
Oh.
it's 80
Yeah.
feet.
You
Okay,
can
well
go
then
to
I
the
will,
wall the
instead of
tower.
there, I will teleport on top of the tower, and it's still cool. It's still cool,
teleport.
Harlan. I will still
Yes,
do
it
it, and you
is.
can't take it away from me, no matter how much you want to.
It's true. Look, Rachel and I had this whole thing earlier about 35 to 40 feet.
And I'm going
Teleport
to...
50 feet
take a
above his
swing.
head and punch him.
That's a natural 19. So,
Hey,
yeah, that's going to hit. And... Nice. 8 on the die. So it takes 14 points of thunder damage and has disadvantage on attacks against anyone but me.
All right. Gosh, this ability. Remind me what that ability is, because I know that it's real and I'm not doubting it at all. I just want to know what the hell it
It's
is.
from my guardian armor.
Okay.
It's from the battle K.A.I, my thunder gauntlet. It's a
Dang,
distracting
silly.
pulse.
It does make
Yeah.
me wonder. It's like, are all artificers just beasts, or is this just you?
It's just me, man.
Yeah.
Just me, baby.
I think it's I think that's that
My
Aaron
DC
Urist.
is 1,000. My damage rolls are 40. And also my intelligence is 6. Shut up.
Yeah, everyone shut up. That's my turn.
Great. At the end of your turn, it is going to use another legendary action, and you just hear echoing, as if magically accentuated, a voice say, "Help me!" And you kind of see this like sleepy-eyed young dwarf come out of one of the buildings here, and is like, "Did you?" And immediately just like, oh god, oh no! And he sees like the chaos, and there's like a few of his friends knocked out that you've just like been bonking on the head here, and he's like, shock! Oh no! And he pulls out a hammer and is in the combat initiative now. I'm gonna put him on the map right
He
here.
cast Summon Teenager.
Was that the?
I already feel bad for this dwarf.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, he's gonna get turned into slime.
I guess only because he was napping. I don't know why.
Well, no, I mean, honestly
kept sleeping.
starting to feel bad for all of these people. We kind
To be fair, you have the only person who's died so far is
right.
Shark Beef,
And he said he'd be back.
He also yelled about how he would be back. And you have
They
very
all say
successfully, like, Three Stooges bonked these folks on the head, the other people who are shooting bows at you so far. So, just want to make sure that's in the party's knowledge here. Kai, do you want to move at all? You okay? You good there?
I'm good
Your
right
turn?
there. I'm standing. I'm tanking.
Great. That is going to bring up Chuz. It's your turn now.
All right. First, we're gonna do some questions here. Let me ask you, Harlan.
Please do.
So are there any? I think Chuz number one is just looking at the situation, looking at this Elder Dream Eater. Is there a way for me to make Nature or Arcana or some check to? I don't want to munchkin too hard,
No,
but
you're good.
just as like looking at it and it being one of my favorite enemies. Is there an intelligence-based check I can make to glean any information you, as Dungeon Master, would deem worthy of good for me to know as a planar ranger looking at this thing?
Yeah, I mean, you should roll a history check with advantage here because this is like where you occupy. So I'm only having you roll because I'm going to give you various levels of good as you know what the hell is up here.
For history, that's going to be a 13.
Okay, with a 13, you know that it's kind of like, it's very slippery. It's no good to kind of like charm it, encapsulate it here. That you need to keep hitting it with magical damage, and it also is looking pretty wounded too. Like you have slain a fair number of these, and that a smart thing to do is just kind of like keep hammering away. Cool. That being said, just because this is a pretty low DC, because you're an expert on this, you also know it has the ability to possess people, and it also has the ability to suck people into its portal itself. So it is, even though it's looking wounded, your experience with these things knows to never underestimate it at any point.
These things are dangerous in ways that don't reflect if it's doing poorly in battle. This thing will be incredibly dangerous up until the very last moment.
Yes, you've seen it eat people. You've seen these eat people. You've seen them take over your friend or like companions' bodies, and like you've had to fight your companions in it too. So,
okay, I think that's everything I need. I'm going to call out. I'm going to call it to my friends and just out of habit be like, Elder Dream Eater, very powerful, don't let up. And I am going, I'm going to rush towards Flute as I'm reloading, looking up at this Dream Eater entity, and I say like, mate, shouldn't have come here. I'm about to regulate your face. And I'm going to, I'm going to run to Flute. To Flute's side. First of all, as a bonus action, because I know that one of the threats is this thing just escaping, I'm going to switch my Hunter's Mark to the Dream Eater.
got it.
As a bonus action. And I'm going to run up beside Flute here. And yeah, good. I'm just the space, 2 spaces left of Kai and right next to Flute there. I assume is this thing still in prone or no?
It is. It has not taken a turn yet, so it is still like functionally prone. But this does not take effect for the distance disadvantage of an attack because it's flying and floating, so it doesn't have that same like effect. Yeah.
Copy that.
Yeah.
Okay, incredible. I am going to use my first attack to make an unarmed attack on Flute. I'm going to make an unarmed attack on Flute. Here we go. Is Flute? Yeah, go for it.
I was gonna say like usually like you would like it says in the spell you have to use an action to do it, but if you are willing to use an attack action against him, an unarmed attack, you absolutely can double up here because you're taking the attack action. You're not using the action to shake him out of it. You're just punching and going. So absolutely.
I know my boy is cool. I have mad respect for him. I also know that he's got 15 temp HP, so you're getting a love tap and we're getting a shot off on the big bad.
Cool guys know that sometimes you gotta tussle.
You gotta tussle a little bit, exactly.
Sometimes you have to be punched in the face by a hippo.
Just like
Spelljammer, baby. That's it. Yeah.
I'll be out there in the
Fist the
stars.
size of your head.
Okay.
the ultimate sucker punch.
Is there any kind of like is he stunned right now? Do I get any kind of advantage on him in this moment or no?
Oh yeah. You can absolutely roll with advantage.
He is technically what, incapacitated?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, and in fact, I think you get advantage, and usually it's just 1 plus your strength modifier. But I'm gonna have you roll a d4 plus your strength modifier for this punch here. So yeah. Roll those 2d20.
Well, thank you, Harlan.
Hey,
Great. That's going to be a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Absolutely.
Or I guess I shouldn't tell him. I was just saying my AC is 16.
Yeah.
That hits.
Amazing.
This one's for the Dino Star, Andrew. No, I'm not that vindictive.
Yeah,
I
let's roll low.
I was just excited for it to have hypnotic damage.
Let's roll low, gang. I love it. This is so because I'm just a hippo fighting dream monsters in space. The idea that like all of my training is like, right, these things can bend time and space. I've been trained to slap you as hard as I can in the back of the head.
It's protocol.
It's protocol.
Yeah.
It's from the guild.
Yeah, you have a flashback to your training that's just like slash, shoot, or slap, shoot, slap, shoot.
Yeah, exactly. So you get a thick, meaty, 3-fingered hippo hand across the back of the head for 4 points of damage.
All right.
Is that baby powder?
Yeah.
It's right here in the handbook. I'm supposed to slap the taste out your mouth. All right.
Does that revive me?
It does. Yeah.
I like spit out a tooth, and I'm like,
I was just having the most amazing dream.
You have to tell me all about it next time, mate.
That party.
Dreaming about getting punched by a hippo.
You were there? Yeah.
And now I'll take a shot with advantage on our friend. I'll take a shot with advantage on the Dream Eater out there. By the way, do I have magical ammunition or other stuff meant for fighting Dream Eaters? We didn't really talk about this ahead of time.
All of your shells do magical damage. They're not +1s, but they do magical damage because you've fought these things before. You have a healthy supply of both,
Cool.
regular bullets and those magic bullets. So.
I think it's like you've been seeing me go for the bandolier, and this time I go for the belt on like the back of the belt and pull like a different color of shell locked into the blunderbuss. Here we go.
Go for it.
Ooh, so close to a crit, but we'll go ahead and call that that's gonna be a 27.
Absolutely hits as you punch him back to life, flip your gun around, pull the magic bullet out, put that in there, take aim, and it's like it's been a while since you've shot a Dream Eater, but just boom, and it just like explodes into the side of it. And go ahead and roll that damage.
That is 10 plus. It's gonna be 13 points of damage.
Let's go. Yeah, as this bullet goes right into the eye of this creature itself, and you just see the chunk of it almost like vein out with this darkness as it just like spreads and breaks the cusp of it, and like a chunk of this plasma energy just kind of like falls to the ground and starts to disperse, and you hear it again be like just these like horrible noises come out of it that sound like just like pieces of wood being scraped together. And
It's scatting!
Is that your turn?
That is my turn, baby.
Absolutely. Just Chuz in the zone, knocks that out. It's now going to be Talon's turn.
Talon's turn. Talon is going to upcast Scorching Ray at 3rd level. She creates one additional. Okay, so she's going to hurl 4 rays of fire.
Absolutely. Yeah, as she kind of like walks over and is a character that, has been slightly tattled on for being fond of Chuz's expertise here, and she walks over on the edge of this crane and kind of like, again, her arm almost focuses itself like a blade as it kind of like reconstructs itself and shoots these scorching rays down at it. And how do we do?
Well, you'll be glad to know she totally fucking whiffs with all except for one of them. She rolled 3 5s and an 18.
Boy.
Yeah. And with that, you can see her arm just like shaking.
Double ones.
She's like
Double
oh
ones.
my
2
God.
2 points of damage.
She's like looking over. She's not focused.
Wow.
She's shaking here, and it there's something clicking in your brain, Kai, as you're seeing this. This is not just quite like she's not just like crushed nervous. Just like something else is happening here, where she's just like not focused and not paying attention, and these just kind of like fly by it. But it does do that 2 points of fire damage. Mm-hmm. Which is actually going to go down to 1 point of damage, as it seems like the fire hits it and doesn't quite burn around it. And you, Chuz, would know that it is resistant to fire damage here, as you see it kind of like burn around.
I fully aware. There's the tiny little part of my brain that's like, this person has a crush on you, and then the ranger part says like, darling, fire's not going to work. This thing's resistant. I'll try something else next time.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I was just making sure. Now we know it's an Elder Dream Eater. She's yells down.
Just a rangefinder. Just a trace. Just
Yeah, she
Man,
just kind of like
miss, resistant.
She blasts for She's gonna go stand on this corner instead. Get a better angle.
Brutal.
great. Okay, cool. With Talon's turn being a complete embarrassment and also over now.
Hey, she did 1 point of damage.
She did. You're right. Not 90%. It is going to be the Dream Eater's turn, and it is going to move 5, 10, 15, and stop right there as it is just like wounded, dripping plasma, and it just kind of like wriggles around between all three of you, putting it at the center of you all.
Unfortunate.
And she's going to. He's going to. Look right at you, Kai, kind of like after moving around, and you just hear this voice say, I can see what's inside you, and I need you to
Gross.
roll a charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw. No.
Why can't I have gotten this?
As it kind of like looks at you and widens and widens.
12.
And it just
flash of genius. 18. No. It's not 18. 17.
17.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you have Kai has an ability where you can X amount of times per day just put an extra 5 on there, and you Flute, you can see.
Just stab Harlan in the heart.
I was
Great.
so excited. Did you see how excited I was?
Let me make sure I can actually do that.
No, I believe you. You should, and you can. I think you can. From the way we've been using Flash of Genius, that clocks, but you can double check.
But
But-
I can use it on myself.
Cool, great. And
Ability
as
check
you're
or saving throw.
you see Flute and Chuz both in front of you, this blue energy, just kind of like the mist that's coming out of the void center of it, go up and into Kai's eyes. It starts to like push itself in there. It's just this like mist of energy, but it gets brighter and brighter as it's trying to take over his body.
Yeah, I press a button on my own chest, and it just opens a bunch of vents and vents out all of this energy out of my body.
Oh, whoa. Love it.
Charm.
And it has to like pull itself back together here, and it's just like, I will not go back. And that is going to be the end of its turn.
Can't be that bad.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to use its reaction, but that is the end of its turn. And which is going to bring up Bessner, your mechanical hummingbird familiar, and Flute, you will be after that.
Bessner's going to fly up in the abomination's face and bedevil it and take the help action by
cool.
spraying it with adhesives and poking it with instruments.
Okay, great. Then with that, since it's the end of Vesner's turn, it's going to use since its legendary actions recharged here, I would like Vesner, Chuz, Flute, and K.A.I to all make wisdom saving throws. And the DC is 16 here.
Woof.
Besna first. Besna nailed it. Besna rolled a 19.
Yeah.
Double checking, this is charmed or frightened, yes?
This is neither of those things.
Oh no!
I got a dirty 20.
Great. You succeed.
What kind of save is this?
Wisdom.
6.
If this is wisdom, then it's not charmed or frightened. I only got an 11.
Okay, cool. So K.A.I and Chuz failed here. I'm gonna do the math first and then have the conversation. So give me just a tiny little second.
The conversation!
The talk.
What the fuck? Are you marrying my mom?
I mean, maybe, you know?
It like took us, and I was like, did the math, and then I finished. I was like, okay, he just said, "Oh, that's a funny joke."
Oh, man.
Hey there, bud. So I've been haunting
I'm
your mom's
laughing.
dreams for...
I've been eating your mom's dreams.
Oh, no, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh boy. You all both take damage. I'm gonna say this. You all take damage.
Oh no!
Wait, we're past
Emotional
math
damage?
now?
No. So the portal void eye of this thing starts to swirl. The tentacles are like wrapping around it as well, and it starts to pull you all in a way that is
No,
not,
unfortunate.
not this charm from before, but instead is like actually like a vacuum of pulling you all toward it, and you can see pieces of K.A.I.'s, like the metal on K.A.I.'s body, like fly off and be pulled into it. Just like a chunk of your skin just gets like pulled like off of your body and into it. And I need you both. You both take 36 points of psychic damage.
Wow!
And you all, it seems to just like be pulling the essence of your body from it, and it seems like a continued effect. And you two are both restrained. You cannot move at all, and you know, Chuz, that this is an escalating effect. You have seen people just like completely annihilated by this. So the next save you make here will be very important.
It was 36?
Yes, 36.
Okay, so...
Oh my god.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Boy.
Good thing we got those temporary hit points, I guess.
Yeah, that's huge.
It is now. I rolled really high on the damage dice too. That was a big one. It is now. And with that, before we move on to the next turn, we're going to go ahead and cut to break here. It's just past 9 o'clock.
I could take a strategic pee.
Yeah, exactly. A strategic drink, a strategic pee.
They all are.
That sounds like you're gonna bank
They
it
all
or
are.
something.
No, I mean, strategizing. Yeah.
Corner pocket.
Goldberg, a piss.
Trick shot.
All right.
Blades in the Dark does sound very,
Are
very
we in?
cool.
Are we in?
Super
We're
cool.
in. We're on. We're going.
Oh, good.
Grab me, I'm chewing. I'm
We're
chewing. Oh boy.
Full of licorice. Yeah, you should feel ashamed. Licorice. It's horse
It says-
candy. Horse candy.
This is full hot start, right? So we're back right. We're right back in here. You all have just bits of your body, Flute, or I'm sorry, Chuz and Kai have just been like pulled into this portal, and you can see it kind of like, just like look excited here. It gets like brighter, and it starts to like swirl faster, and you just hear yes. And it is now going to be Flute's turn. As that was a
All right.
legendary action.
Seeing what is happening to Chuz and Kai, can I make
way.
some sort of roll to kind of see? Does this
Fix
seem to
it.
be like proximity? Is it like pulling them across the ground, or is it just taking their body away from them, regardless of how far away they are from it? I guess that's what I'm trying to see if there's some kind of like proximity effect to this portal and them.
Yeah, this is a hard check for you because you have not experienced this before, but and so you are unfamiliar with this magic. But you can roll a d20, and if you get a 20 or above, it will make a difference.
If I roll a d20, well, what is the skill I'm rolling?
Oh, Arcana. Sorry.
Okay, I was like, because there's no above on my dice.
Yeah.
Okay. I failed. Okay.
Yeah, it's just kind of like horrifying, like to see, like especially I think like I don't know if you've seen Kai just like be dismantled, like parts of his body in this way, where it just like pulls off like a sheet of his metal here. I mean, I could be wrong, but it just is like very aggressively just like sucking both of them in. What are you doing with your turn?
I'm going to bonus action, give Chuz Bardic Inspiration, 1d8. I'll be like, thanks for shaking me out of that, Chuz. Sorry about this. And then I'm going to run over and put my arm around Kai and cast Dimension Door. And we are going to fly,
Yes.
teleport, pretty far away. We're going to go 165 feet over to this bridge
Holy
over here.
shit,
That's that
let's
stuff.
Go.
All right. All
That's
right.
that
Spells.
Okay,
Those new level
alright.
8 spells. Let's
That
go.
arcane safety hug.
Yeah.
Let's hope it works.
Well, I have no idea, but that was,
No, I like it. I love
yeah,
it.
we'll find out.
Yeah.
There's more of it.
That one's, yep.
Yeah, so you, Chuz,
Yep,
you give
that.
an apology, and then you see the Bard's Flute step over, grab onto Kai, and they just out of here and come on this, just like appear on this other dock. And you can see, kind of like, when you come back down here, this drawing of his essence and his body off of him from this portal seems to have dissipated, and it does seem to be affected by
Crazy.
distance.
What a move.
Huge.
Smarty pants.
Yeah.
Oh my
But-
god.
I'll remind you, Chuz is incapacitated, so like
Yes.
or just
I gotta
or-
get back.
Sorry,
yeah,
wait.
Gotta get back up
I'm
there.
Wait, was I
incapacitated?
incapacitated?
Or you cannot move. You cannot
Restrained.
Move, so
Restrained.
restrained.
Yeah.
Am I still restrained?
Sorry. Yeah. You were not. No, it was broken for you. Yeah. Thank you. Sorry, DM slip there on incapacitated versus restrained, but yes. Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Great. So that is going to be Flute. Do you want to do anything else? If not, it's going to be Moonboy's turn.
I guess then I will use my movement to. I'm gonna try to run back. I feel pretty bad about leaving old Chuz. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I will run. I guess I shouldn't have teleported that far, but Kai, you can go all the way over to this bridge if you want, right here.
To over here? I mean, I'm wherever you put me, so tell me where I'm at.
You're right here.
Yeah, you're over here. Yeah. I'll drop you. Yep.
There you go. Yeah, so I'll start running back toward that, and that's my turn.
How far
great.
are we? 100 feet?
Long way.
100. It's pretty far.
It's okay.
All right,
still
Moonboy, it's your turn. Klik, you will be up next.
Okay, the
Yep.
Moonboy kind of does a little tuck and kind of freaking Tony Stark Iron Man's his way over here, and he is going to He goes, as though with 1,000 voices, he shouts, "No! This one is mine!" And he casts what is the spell Ward, but we've called it Eclipse in the Moon-blessed magic feat that we built specifically for Moonboy turning level 8. So I'm going to cast Ward on...
Ward? Bless?
Or, well, it's the spell is you ward a creature within range against attack. Until the spell ends, any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or harmful spell must first make a wisdom saving throw. So keep that in mind. And yeah, so we see this this kind of immense GIF kind of all of a sudden blink with a shadow of himself and is covered in this sort of barely perceivable shimmering moon wad.
Absolutely. What spell is this?
This is... It's the spell that... It's the from the feat that we built together.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Eclipse.
is it... Do you have this name of the textbook spell? I just want to have it in front of me because I'm not as familiar with the rules in this, so I just want to make sure that I'm not messing it up.
Yes. Let me look it up, and let's maybe move forward with someone else's
Cool.
turn in the meantime.
Absolutely. Can do. So yeah, this just kind of like hover of like moonlight around it lights you up, Chaz. So even though you are like looking into this horror that you have seen before, you're just kind of like, you have this magical song from Flute protecting you, and now this ward of moonlight around you as well. And it's going to be Klik's turn.
So, man, I mean, I could move Chaz, but only 30 feet. I don't know if that's enough. I mean, it would get him off the tower. Or I could just try and attack here. Harlan, any chance I could get on this roof? This one? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like it's 10 feet high, so you can.
Nice.
You are
The
a
spell.
very athletic mantis woman,
Yeah.
so you can do it. What's the spell?
It's called Sanctuary.
Sanctuary. Okay, let's go. I love that spell.
I just thought of something I should have done on my turn.
Sanctuary.
Classic D&D move right
Exactly.
there. Yeah, I love this spell too with you casting it too, because there's just like this moon energy that is going to kind of like transfer any attacks toward you as well. So you're really extra protecting. You're putting yourself out there for him. So
All right.
Great.
Yeah, we're just
And
gonna
then-
do this. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna run and jump onto the roof of this this house. So she's gonna bound up the stairs and make a giant bug leap onto the roof of a house, and she is going to throw her chatkcha at this fellow.
Yeah, who's just like floating right above this wall that you can totally kind of like see him here, and with this like at that lower angle you wouldn't, because you're up high on this roof at him till you get this shot. He gets a little bonus to AC because that 5-foot wall here, but it's just +1 up. So
Okay.
what did you get?
It is
to
a
hit?
26 to hit. So
No problem at all. As you
Love to
can
hear it.
just
yeah.
hit some.
So she is going to do 10 damage, and I am going to use that telekinetic strike on this one.
Great.
So it's an additional 4 damage.
Okay, cool.
But I am going to also use... I'm going to use Psionic Thrust. When you deal damage to a target with telekinetic strike of your psionic talent, you can force the target to make a strength saving throw against my 8 plus proficiency plus intelligence, and I can move it 10 feet horizontally.
Okay, cool. What a move. So do that damage first.
I guess it doesn't fall, it flies, so it doesn't like, do anything.
You
But,
could pull it out of range to
I mean,
keep consuming old chuz.
Honestly,
I don't know.
Yeah, but
Worth
you
a
are
shot.
moving it. If you moved it 10 feet, it would be the same distance. From
Yeah.
yeah.
I was thinking I could knock it off again, but it flies. We know that. So that doesn't do anything. I guess I don't. I don't use Psionic Thrust if it doesn't change anything.
Yeah, your Chachka does like fly out there and just again like
Yeah, I'm in a cloud
cleave
version.
off a layer,
Yeah.
a layer of these tentacles, and there's now more cleaved off stub tentacles than there are tentacles still kind of like wrapped around it in its swirling motion, and it's just like every once in a while letting out these like roar burps of just like, like as it's like getting hit from all these different.
Been there, bud.
Interdimensional flotsam.
We will try to make him belch once more. I'll catch the Chaksha and I'll throw it again from this rooftop. And that is 19 to hit.
All right, that does hit even with its boost to AC
thank
there.
Christ.
It's your boomerang, your bladed boomerang comes back to you, and you just chuck it again, and just again slices right into him, and it's just like whipping around, still trying. You can see this aura just like at Chuz there. And what is the damage on the second hit?
It is an 11 damage.
All right, cool. Yeah. So it is just like now from multiple spots, just like dripping this blue plasma. It's like puddling under it almost. And
all right. Well, at least she's rolling good damage.
Yeah.
That's all I
mean,
got.
to be fair, Klik has been aces tonight. You've hit so much.
She's
and rolled
really
high damage.
done well tonight, which is good.
Yeah. Great. That is going to be this sleepy young dwarf's turn, who's got his.
Oh
hammer
yeah,
out.
this idiot.
You
and
dumb asshole.
He is.
Shut up.
He is going to go. Is going to dash and move.
Sleepy
He's
young
going to.
dwarf.
Go. He's going to dash here and then go here. Yep. He's going to run up these stairs, run over to this doorway right here, through the doorway of the wall, and come down to the bottom of the crane. And he's like, "I'm coming! I'm coming!" As he runs over to the bottom of this crane, and it seems like he's about to climb it. It is now
80 feet to climb or something like that.
it is now K.A.I.'s turn.
Also,
All
he's a
right.
dwarf, so his
His
even when he's
range is
dashing, how many
terrible.
feet is this? 50 feet?
Can I see the Dream Eater from where I am?
Let me double check. No, absolutely, yeah, you cannot.
Okay. I'm going to use one of my 2 remaining charges on my nano displacement projector, and I'm going to teleport on top of the crane.
Okay. To the which one? The
one closest to me.
Okay, cool.
So that
Yeah,
I
you're
can see the dude down there. It's going to be long range, but I'm going to try to blast him with K.A.I.'s Arcane Obliterator.
This whole fight has just been boom, 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 boom.
Truly.
Like people
Yeah,
just like
I've been teleporting a lot.
blasting around. All right.
Annoying level 8 characters
do
with their
it
new powers.
I can do it one more time. All right. And I'll be rolling at disadvantage, I think. Well, let me make sure.
Poor Chuz is like, illegal portal.
Yeah.
This is
Fine,
my
we've been deputized.
Yeah. Guys, listen, all of this is going to be fine. There's a lot of paperwork to do when this is all over.
All right, the first attack with disadvantage is a 21.
That hits.
I'm just going to roll them all at once.
Woof, do it.
With
Second
disadvantage?
attack is I get to go ahead and scrap that natural 20 for the exact same roll, another 21.
Oof.
All right. So Chuz, you see. Let us know what that damage is, Aaron. As Chuz, you just see in front of you this just like dripping, wounded kind of, and you've seen Dream Eaters in the States before. They get almost feral at the end because they want to hold on to being in the material plane so badly, and it is coming toward you, just like widening up, trying to ingest you to get more strength. And you can just feel it. It's like someone's like pulling at your body and your mind. It's like your mind is like being tugged to the front of your skull, and it's just like leaning over you, right, and getting bigger and bigger, making this like noise. And how much damage was that, Kai?
Sorry, I'm counting it up.
I'm just holding. I'm not.
Feels like a
chit-chatting.
feels
I'm
like a
just waiting.
lot.
34 points.
And
It's dammies. That's
Dammies, baby.
Dammies.
Oh, that's Sammy's.
Technically,
From
it's over.
downtown.
It's on 2 attacks.
Yeah. So
That's true. That's true.
there's just a and you see the big portal in front of you just like blast apart for a second, and it's like a crescent moon forms, and it's still holding on, but like apart, and then the other hit just bursts it, and this blue plasma energy just goes everywhere, and we are out of initiative as you have from the crane from downtown with rolling disadvantage on those hits, still managed to hit and do enough damage to just blast this thing into pieces.
Do you
What
remember?
about dwarf? What about the sleepy dwarf? He's not gonna
Yeah,
give
he's
us any
still-
sass.
I'm gonna just this
He's
the
still
scene.
climbing. He's
Yeah.
tired.
Get down from there.
The Moonboy, the Moonboy in this moment, now that threat has fallen, he's going to go over to this dwarf climbing up, and he's in this kind of semi-corporeal, filled with moonfire and strange magic state, and he just goes, "Climb down."
And the dwarf doesn't even like change pace. He's just like he's just like going as fast as he can down now, and it like gets to the bottom. It's just like uses his action to dash again, but back to
And
his
the Moonboy follows him down, and as he reaches the bottom, he lands, and this kind of strange moonfire energy goes out of him, and he blinks, and he sees this dwarf, and he goes, "Hello."
Hi, I'm a new pirate. It seems you guys have, and he points around, and he's like, I'm gonna go tell someone you're here, but like not in a bad way.
I think, it looks like, I think we won. I think we, the new management, so to speak. Hey guys, there's a pirate down here. Did we kill him, or he seems pretty green? Honestly.
No, I could not be a
offense.
pirate if you're gonna kill me. I could not be a pirate if you want to. I just
Yeah,
time up.
he's pretty green.
Can I catch K.A.I.'s eyes real quick? Because you're way up above me, and I think you're the only one who
Yeah.
can see me right now, right?
That's correct.
I want to look up at K.A.I, and I feel like I'm all fucked up looking. Like I could take more punishment, but not that much more. And I think all my shit's ripped up, and it's bad. Blood oozing out of me. I'm gonna stand up, and I think you see that whatever scars, the weird partial phasing of my physical material into that void did, those wounds match so many other scars on my body exactly like that from years and years ago. And I look up and just go, "Good on you, Brazzy. Thank you."
Did I hit it?
Bang on, mate! Bang on! You got a wrong target! Extremely hit it. It's hard to tell because largely it is just a hole already.
Yeah.
But you extremely hit it. Yes, you did it.
Oh, this is golfing. Space golfing.
Hole in one.
The dinger might be here any minute. We should tie up these pirates.
In fact, there's Chuz. Can you roll a quick perception check for me? And Ka, you can do one too, as you all are kind of at higher
Alright.
vantage points here.
Ooh. It's about the best I'll ever do on one of those. 19.
Chuz?
Lower, 13.
Cool. Kai, you can see standing atop this crane, 80 feet up in the air, having a very good. You can kind of see over the wall that is protecting this small town, this community of pirate, and there are houses kind of scattered about. That it goes into this earth, basically. It goes up against a wall. It is this cove, and you can see cracks in it here and there where you can see that tunnels might go deeper into this bit of earth that is this nodule planet, but you can see some people come out of a few of the houses, and on the dock here too, you see another pirate come out, and he walks. It's this bigger minotaur who seems like he just put clothes on, he just is has a shirt on, but has a
For
his
once.
scimitar at his hip, and he walks out, and he's and he takes his sword out and he throws it down on the ground, and seeing just kind of the state of things, and you hear another little gnome who, Klik, you can see standing across the. It seems to like come out of a small hatch on the house that is perpendicular to you, and K.A.I, you can see him too, and he's like, "We've been raided!" He just like yells out, and you can see below you, like out the front door, like another sword is tossed out. As it seems like this is not the first time they've kind of been taken over, and these community of folks know how to like survive in this situation. And
The Moonboy is gonna kind of fly, or just kind of, or he's gonna turn to the dwarf first and be like, you're a prisoner. Go that way. And he points. He points. He points toward Flute and kind of ushers him that way. And he goes, Flute, this is, what was your name?
Sliver.
This was Sliver. He's a prisoner now.
He waves to you, Flute. Like,
I think maybe you should like say something. You know, the Windrider. You know, take control. Take control.
Yeah, you're a prisoner now, and we're gonna trade you for a crew.
To like everyone, like shout out, be like, this is the Dingers now, and you all work for us.
Yeah, I mean, you can see like in
now, and y'all work for us. Yeah,
nice,
right?
nice. Do it with guidance.
Yeah, because you can see like Flute, you can see like as he says this, and you say it the first time, and like just like nothing, like the dwarf is like, yeah, I got it. But you turn on, you see, and you can just see kind of like this like minotaur is just like leaning against the doorway, looking at you. There's kind of like out of this like hatch from below here that comes up next to these like unconscious pirates that have been knocked out before. You just see this like turtle person like come up out of the hatch with like a wrench in his hand and like a wand in the other, and he's like, oh boy. And like it just seems to be like the community has gathered here to see who you all are and are just looking at you.
Windrider, tell them that you're the stinker, right?
The stinker? No.
Wasn't that it?
No, I'm
the
trying to put
sinker.
that behind. I don't want to keep that. I don't want to keep that going. We just escaped from that.
All right.
Right. Well, who's
All
in
right,
charge?
everybody, listen up. This is my friend, the sinker.
No.
And you hear like throughout the town, just like the voices go, the sinker?
Yeah. No, that's not my
Sinker?
name. That's
Like,
not
it's just
my
like
name,
with a
and
question
don't
mark.
Start calling me that.
That's
You know
like
why they
whispers,
call
like,
him that?
Sinker. What kind of name? The sinker? And you could just hear these echoes of like the sinker.
No, that's not
Because
it.
if you
That's
cross him, he will sink your ass. Okay.
Right, my name is Charlie Chuz
Yeah,
Chuffings. I'm
thank-
from the Guild of Spatial and Planar Travel. We're here closing an unregulated portal in your town. Harlan, do I get the idea that the Dream Eater was the unregulated portal, or do I still have business at the bottom of the tower?
Roll an Arcana check.
We have like 3 charisma points between the 4 of us.
Well, that's only a 10, but I do still have like detect portal active. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, cool. Well, then I want you to roll a history check too.
Okay.
If you have detect portal up, I want you to roll a history check too.
Would this be about aberrations? Would this get that?
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
21.
21. All right, cool. You can feel this kind of like middle ground between portal and not portal, which kind of like triggers a memory of some of the experience you've had, and which is that sometimes the Dream Eaters can come through open portals, and in the same way a spirit might like leave a human body, that the Dream Eater can come out of a portal, and the corporal form it leaves behind is the construction of the portal, and putting a Dream Eater's remains back into that portal will make it no longer a sentient portal, but a stable, normal portal, and that is the way to like disperse the ghost that is this Dream Eater. So you need to do that in order to make sure that it doesn't respawn itself in a few days.
Gotcha. Okay, so I think I'm all bloody and covered in slime. I think I'm at the top and shout that down like, here on guild business, would love to talk to any of your town's representatives or anything like that. Mates, I'm going to be up here for a minute if anyone wants to join in for a little cleanup crew. And I'm just going to start taking like tiny little flags and flagging off piles of goo. And I'm like, have a meticulous forensic thing going on, like, not a drop left.
Numbers.
Yeah, not a drop left behind. So, if anyone spots any goo, don't pick it up yourself. Tell an adult or a responsible member of your community and just cordon it off, all right?
I'm gonna see.
Goo is now property of the Dinger.
I'm gonna see the look in Moonboy's eyes and be like, don't eat it, don't taste it.
I wasn't
Stay here with me.
Maybe
Stay
I
here
already
with me.
did.
You don't go up there.
I don't
eat
remember
it.
what happens during the fights.
Don't taste it. All right.
We need a giant leash for the Moonboy.
I'm going to climb down. Can I climb down off of this crane, or am I stuck up here? You guys,
Take a second.
I'm stuck.
I'm out of those spells. I'm out. I can't do it.
Oh, jeez. Yeah,
I'm going
you are
to.
all the way over.
I will climb down and make my way over to provide some assistance.
Oh man, in another game,
just
I
sort
would
of
make you roll
hello-
a dex check to not fall.
Giving hellos to. I will roll that shit if you want
No,
me to.
I don't.
I'm just sort of like awkwardly
You
greeting
die
all
falling
the.
off of a crane.
Just climb down, just awkwardly greeting all of the surrendering pirates. Say hello. Good afternoon. Excuse me. Just have to.
I'll tell that Minotaur, thanks for not coming out in initiative, friend.
I do love that he was like in the middle of a shower and has like a towel wrapped around him. There's soap on his sword for some reason.
Yeah. He adjusts his multiple nose piercings and says like, "Yeah, I'm not a pirate 24/7. I gotta take some time off."
Healthy work-life balance. Never going to hit the 10,000 hours that way. I'll go past him and make my way over to the tower to help.
Life's about more than work, man. You don't gotta be good at things to have a fruitful life, he says.
I know. I was just kidding. You're not your productivity.
Yeah, Klik will jump from rooftop to rooftop and help Chuz with the portal stuffing, whatever, turning it inside out, whatever we're doing.
Slowly reconvene on Chuz.
Yeah.
I was gonna shout down to that Minotaur and be like, mate, I'm not sure if you're the bloke who's in charge, but I've got some pressing business up here with this exploded Dream Eater up on the roof. You're welcome to come up here and talk about your friends here, or rather my mates who have need of a return of a certain ship while I finish up some guild business, but this needs to be attended to immediately. And I'm like spreading out, I'm like reaching into my ranger's pack and get a big tarp, and like, I also am gonna reveal that Chuz has been telekinetic this whole time, and I'm gonna start using the Mage Hand cantrip and I'm using it to like fully. And I take two big chunky fingers and I go, all right, time to call upon mind powers. And every once in a while, as the spell starts to fail, I just scream mind powers again. And I'm
Klik takes notes.
Klik, why don't you do that?
Yeah, I found it really helps. I get really distracted and I can't sort of put the psionics together in my own head. So it helps me to sort of, but I'm going to use Mage Hand to make sure like every last drop, like scouring the stone tiles and shit for every bit of Dream Eater goop going into the tarp.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to make you roll for that, only because you are in your element right here. Screaming mind powers, pulling. This is the easy work of like when the job is done. You're just like in the zone, like in the flow state, like cleaning things up.
The wonderful atmospheric music of Jason Wardell has given this a real space fantasy CSI vibe in my mind.
There you go, totally.
I want to ask this Minotaur, is there any kind of like protocol for hostage trade-offs, handoffs, any of that kind of thing?
He's like, yep, we've done it before. And he looks over and he's like, Sliver, go get Whipper. And the dwarf is like, you're not in charge. They're in charge. They're in charge. I don't listen to you.
Sliver, go get Whipper.
Yes, sir. And he kind of like takes off. And very quickly after that, you hear, okay, from behind the wall. He's like, okay. And you see this 3-foot penguin with very huge yellow eyebrows. And
So help me.
I will adopt this penguin pirate. We will.
If you are not
Don't
careful,
think we won't.
I will derail your campaign. I will do it. I will do it.
big yellow glittery eyebrows, wearing very well-fitting copper and teal robes. And he walks out with his flippers out. Jason, how do you have penguin music?
Of course he has penguin music ready to go. He's a
Guys,
professional.
just play it cool. Act like we've been here before.
She walks out and she's like, okay, well, and she walks up to you, Chaz, and she says, so, I'm the representative who's in charge when our captain is gone. I'm in charge of negotiations and business. What you have? And she raises one of her glittery eyebrows and says, what do you wish to do?
We want to trade for...
I'm talking to the hippo.
All right.
You had your chance, Windrider. I tried to push you into the spotlight. I tried to thrust you into the limelight.
Stupid nickname. What do you do?
Hello.
Chaz? Yeah, so, sorry. She's like screaming. She's like screaming at you, looking at you, Chaz, and it's like,
Sorry.
you seem to be in charge here, I think.
Right, mate, yes. So, what's just happened is this is the crew of, a former crew of the Dinger, current crew of the Dinger.
Hello.
Future crew of
current-
the Dinger. And
the
past.
Current, past, current, and future.
This is the future crew of the once and future crew of the Dinger. And
Nice.
they're here to collect their friends and the ship itself from a hostage situation. Slightly related in that they're my mates and I die for them and they saved my life. Brazzy, thanks for that.
Gotcha.
I'm also here unrelated on some guild business. I'm a representative of the Guild of Spatial and Planar Travel, and we are aware of a portal which I am under the process right now of eliminating its volatility, but it will still need to be tagged, registered, and monitored by the Guild for any future endeavours, so...
This is deeply comforting to me, she says. I am in charge of, and she kind of like turns around and looks at you all, of keeping this place running smooth. And ever since our captain has been philandering, that's not the right word, finagling, oh,
Wow,
good. She's like,
philandering.
no, she like waves her wings in distress. She's like,
not
no,
right. It's not right. All it is a conversation. You know, you have to be communicating with your partners at
right.
all times. You just need to. People need to be aware of what's going on.
What's
You know.
I do. The Moonboy kind of flits in through the window here, and he's like, I do have a question about. Could you explain the relationship between your captain and this strange walking portal thing?
Yes, I believe personally that he has gone quite insane. As I am.
Quite dead, right?
No, he took over your ship, and Shark Beef is just in charge of the docks while he's gone. That is not our captain. That is your misunderstanding, not ours. Our captain went and took over the important business of taking over your ship, so you must be very important people. She says, like, working herself up.
Sure. Oh, they're still coming.
Who's the captain?
Well, we just call him the captain. I don't have a cool name for him. As you can see, people with cool names tend to die quickly. Shark Beef. That's a very cool name. Very short life.
Sorry,
So we met-
this fella is just called the captain?
Yes.
I get visibly nauseous as I'm like, there's no shortening that. Cappy, Capitan, Capo.
Capo's good.
If he's spot, If he gets a little spicy, you call him capsaicin, right?
I mean,
Okay, all right.
I mean, if you name a kid the captain, he's probably going to grow up to be a hell of a captain.
You misunderstand. It's a power thing. It's no one knows his name because once he took power, he got rid of his name to be a good leader.
Well,
Yes, he never lets anyone close. I see.
do you
Yes.
think? Do you think he'll
An
give us
emotional distance thing.
our captain back? He has a name. It's Goliathan. It's cool.
Yes, I mean, you killed one of his men, so he'll kill one of yours, but the rest of them will be fine.
Well, we'll probably kill him. Don't tell
Okay.
him that.
Well, that is to be seen too. She says, like, ignoring it and just, like, totally unfazed. And she looks over at you, Chaz, and she's like, could you please put him back in the portal? That, or whatever you do, maybe, do some spell to, I don't know. I do not want him here anymore. He's a nuisance, a pestilence, and unhealthy for our community.
Right, are you referring to the Dream Eater right now?
Yes.
All right, well, that's definitely something that I'm going to do. I'll be happy to do that, not only on the behalf of your village here, but as the guild as well.
Yes.
Shark
We don't owe
Beef,
you money for that. I know that it is your duties. We do not owe you money, she says, putting her flipper out.
You certainly don't owe me any money. That's quite all right. But let me ask, Shark Beef, this was your harbour master, your how do I put it, he was running your docks, correct?
Yes. One of the few first mates.
And were you aware at any time of him having a relation or group affiliation with the Bones of Fate? Does that group ring a bell to you at all?
No, I am not a dealer of where people came before here. I'm a dealer of where things are currently, which is, I regulate our treasure and kind of oversee it, but I'm not good with people. She says, like, and her eyebrows raise, and she kind of, like, gets a little too, like, she puts her beak, like, right up to you and smell fish. Like,
Yeah, penguins smell terrible.
and she pulls a fish out of
So
her
bad.
pocket and then eats it, and,
Can I do an inside check on this claim?
yes, absolutely.
Oh, there it is. Nat 20,
Oh.
baby.
I also got a nat 20. What is your
20
modifier?
24.
Oh,
Okay, cool. I got 23. Like literally by one. Look at that.
Amazing.
That is the one. That is the one like stat that I had concretely because I knew. Anyway, she is absolutely like just not like trying to blow past the question to kind of not address the thing that you just brought up, Chuz.
She's trying to blow past the question of the bones.
Yes, the association.
So I can tell that she's being dishonest.
Yes, she's leaving something out. Absolutely.
Lion-ass
Chaz will be like,
penguin.
She's not telling the truth.
Oh, a penguin that can lie.
Chuz was gonna absolutely breeze past that, and I'll wink over at Wendy, and I'm gonna look at this penguin and say, right, sorry mate, could I get your name one more time if that's all right?
Yes, it's Whipper.
Right, Whipper. Now, I'm going to be very straightforward with you. Right now, you're dealing with a single solitary ranger and some mates of mine that I've been put in touch with through a friend of the guild. Your town contains a portal. The people that come after me are not going to be a ranger. They're going to be guild representatives. They're going to be here in force to make sure that this portal is regulated, safe, and that your whole town can benefit from its presence in your community. Now, I'm going to be very straightforward with you. If you have any connection with the Bones of Fate whatsoever, you, all your treasure, and your entire state of affairs here are going to be in a great deal of danger. That group has only been able to exist in this town for such time because the guild had not yet reached here. I would recommend to you highly, if you value your wealth existing in its current state, and in fact having the ability to continue to grow, that you reprioritize right away, because the Bones and the guild will not leave this place in one whole piece if they rumble here.
Wow, that was the gentlest, most vicious intimidation check that I've ever seen. I feel like my mom just yelled at me. Could you please roll an intimidation check with advantage, please?
I would like you to do so with guidance as well, as the Moonboy says under his breath.
Hell yes.
Holy shit in your eyes.
It's a very hippo intimidation check, right? Because they're adorable and so dangerous.
I'm gonna take that
Ear flick.
plus the guidance. That's
So
a
Bardic Inspiration, too.
And thank you, Aaron. Flute, what's your bardic?
It's a D8.
I am going to hold on. Let's throw a D8 in there. Jesus Christ. Hey, Harlan, you're gonna have a hot, and especially with because I feel like Moonboy and Flute giving me these dice have to be right at my flanking me on either side, and I definitely lean into the idea of you are a backwater piece of shit pirate cove. Forces so much faster than you can comprehend are moving on you, and with my wonderful friends dice involved, that is going to be a 26.
Let's go. She got a dirty 20 in this to push against it. So she very proudly looks at you after you say all of this to her, and her golden eyebrows drop a little bit, and she does the bird thing that's like, and goes, well, I'm happy to cooperate in any way that you need.
Well,
How could I be of service here? There is that shark beef. Yes, he was somebody as the bone.
you don't say.
I just wanted to be clear that I misunderstood your question before, and she kind of shakes her bird feathers again and literally shook here, and she's like, our organization doesn't represent what that organization used to be, but we are beholden to a few of its members who provide their connections and resources in no way that is beneficial to all of us. But we don't want diplomats in here, so I am happy to rid us of those diplomats. Your diplomats, no diplomats, no diplomats. How could I be of help? She's just going off now, and it's just like a little bit of putty as she seems just confused and looking to you for hope.
Whipper, first of all, for your wonderful conviviality and your help in this regard. The guild extends its utmost thanks. Now, you of course understand that the guild doesn't get involved in the affairs of militaries and pirates and things like that. They have much larger scale issues to attend to. And the last thing we want to do is stop business. And in fact, I think we'd be even willing to stabilize the portal here, which might bring even more trade to this cove. Maybe a easier way to get some stolen goods to your fences, having a working portal in your town. Now, the only thing is this. The guild's auditors and arbiters tend to notice when there's snags in the work, when things get held up and the papers don't move as quickly. And that's when the attention of the really dangerous master guilds folk get involved.
Yes. Yeah.
So what I would say to you is, I think the swift and speedy return of the dinger to these contractors on behalf of the guild would probably go a long way to getting the guild in and out of your hair as fast as possible. Does that sound doable, Whipper? Does that seem like that would be the best thing for business?
Well, sweetie, I think I can do that. I love to see someone who is good at what they do in the same way that I am good at what I do. So if you were to say that I would be doing the thing that would cause you to not do the thing that I don't want you to do, she's just losing it. But she's like, but I am happy to do it for them. And she puts out her flipper and it's like, now I am very tired and you have invaded my land, which is going to cause me to have to do a lot of paperwork, as in I had to write a lot of letters to people and tell them what is currently happening. So if you promise me that this area will not be taken over by guild members, then I can promise you I will speak to our captain when he returns on behalf of the party.
Whippy. 100%. Yes, that's absolutely true. So, if listen, the guild wants business to run smoothly. The return of the dinger to my mates here, and we'll see business swiftly conclude. We'll stabilize the portal, and it'll be hopefully the last you ever see of us, unless of course we get any word that there are bones of fate interfering with the portal here.
Shark Beef, very dead. And she goes, in fact, Sliver. And you see that, like, that little dwarf just, like, who is over there putting a blanket over Shark Beef. She's just, and he's like, and he just, like, rolls Shark Beef off the edge of this dock, and his body just kind of, like, falls into space here. Just,
He's got a
like,
long
no.
way to come back.
No bones of fate, just the bones. We've left the fate out of it. We've moved past the fate. And she kind of like,
Wonderful.
yeah.
Well, with those stipulations, no bones of fate allowed in the cove here on Garden, and and my mates will get their boat back, and everything should be right as rain.
Yes. Also, one of your boats smashed up Chuzz's boat, so maybe you can repair it.
Yes. Derek, and the turtle like is like, what? And the boat, there's the hole. We have wood for it, and he's like, and he just kind of like heads over.
Turtle.
He's in the process of like waking up the bonked pirates, and is waking them up, and one of them wakes up. He's like,
Waking the bonked.
Magic word. Wake the bonked.
Well, that's your episode name right there. Waking the Bonked.
The old
Sometimes you're the bunker.
punched. Wake up.
I'm gonna look over and be Wendy, mate. Good looking out, friend. Thank you for throwing that last chip in the pot before the cards got put on the table. Yeah, I'm psyched. I'm gonna look over at everybody and be like, I'm gonna shove this carcass into that hole in that tower.
Perfect. I'll help.
Yes, I'll supervise.
great. So you step into the bottom of the tower here, where Whippy, as she has said it now to herself a few times as she's walking, Whippy. Why has no one ever called me Whippy before? She says as she's like waddling away, and she kind of like indicated that in the ground floor of that tower, which she gives you a key, and she says, "Don't lose this." And she's like, "I want this back to the bottom of the tower here," and you can unlock it. And inside of there is a frightening image, as it is a portal that is set up with different runes carved into small pieces of gold, metal, like different metal alloys around here that looks like a magic circle, but is built out to be more permanent and have a bit different capabilities that you would recognize as this kind of unstable portal that can shift where things get pulled through, and you, because of your history, would immediately recognize this as the work of Florial, but it is a powerful wizard who you have dealt with before, you know, from Laloon's crew back in the day. But this portal here is very old, kind of like you would immediately notice it is in disrepair, which is one of the reasons you can imagine why a Dream Eater would come through here. And inside of it, in this swirl, is just black and white rotation. It looks like water at night, but it's brighter and just is absent of color, which is kind of this corrupted portal, this unstable portal that will allow things like Dream Eaters to come through it.
Right, look. Laloon is a saint, and we all know that to be true. Are any of you mates with Florial, met Florial before?
Not personally.
No, but we did find his a harp he made.
Yes.
Spent some time studying his work.
Laloon's after him.
Yeah, she went to
Well,
look for
I'll
him.
say this, alright? Laloon is a little bit too much of a sweetheart at times, because Florial is a prick and a fool. And that's an honor, and I'm just going to leave it at that. And I'm going to huck the Dream Eater remains through the portal.
And it's like ink being dropped in water here. When he hucks this in here, it kind of just like spreads out, and there's this pulse and just a as it kind of like ripples throughout. But as it ripples, the color in this blue just spreads and starts to swirl, and it gets more like purpley. And you all recognize this immediately as a kind of looking very similar to two portals you have seen before. One that you walked through to get from Glyph to Garden, and the other one that appeared on Chandos in the space that Janice walked through. And it looks very, very similar. And as it kind of like fluctuates, you can also, now that it's stabilized, if you want to, Chubs, you can dismantle it. You can kind of like turn it off by taking just a couple of important pieces off of it.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna be like hanging and kicking it with my like post battle. I think I was pretty rattled after that Dream Eater was eating me, but now I'm just like, all right, Mike's getting your shit back, and I'm just gonna again be chatting with them as I want to take the key that Whipper gave me, pull out a little like rusty little metal box full of putty, open it, copy the key in that, put it down, throw that in my jet, take a couple things to dismantle the portal. I'm gonna like slap a little thing on the side, twist it, hit it, like beacon glows, and it immediately sends a beacon to the guild in case I'm like murdered here or something. So like boop 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 boop, like just homing thing. And then I'm gonna take a small little set of orange cones and place them around the portal and just do a real quick caution tape but I'm not being weird about it. I'm just like kicking it and talking as I'm just doing this like very routine set of things.
The Moonboy immediately is like testing the tape. I think he puts a finger over and gets slapped out of the way.
I think as you touch the tape, I was like, I wanted to reach into a thing and just pull out a couple of like guild cards that are like my personal business card, something I would give to people, and I want to give one to everyone here and just say like, listen, Mike, if you want me to rise the type, if you want to go investigate it or do an Arcana check, you're good eggs. I'll trust you to it. And if you ever run across anyone in the guild that gives you trouble for any reason, please carry these with me. I don't know how much water my name will carry, amongst the higher ups. But if people have worked with me before, maybe it'll be a way to get out of a scrape if you run on the wrong side of a hard ass guild ranger.
Look at that. Brennan loot dropping. He's like lore loot dropping. A true gentleman D&D player.
Oh, shucks.
Thank you, Chaz. This time has been informative. And it's been a pleasure to watch you do business, to watch you work.
You're a true professional.
Likewise, I would like you to have one of these. It's one of my pickles. I don't know if it will hold a lot of weight, but if you get in trouble, you can show this to someone as well and say the Moonboy gave me this.
Look at that, Jordan loot dropping for you, Brennan. You know?
It's like been in his pocket. It's like dry,
it's
and it has like hair,
Can I-
like hair on it.
Can I make an insight check on Moonboy in this moment to see if Moonboy if this is like a bit or if this has the significance that I feel like Moonboy's giving it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you can do so with advantage because you are friends with Lulu.
Love it. That's going to be a 17.
Jordan, you take it.
This is real. This is a very earnest. He thinks that he's doing in like kind. If somebody does come across this, the problem is there's nobody who will see this and be like, one of the Moonboy's pickles. But he seems to think there might be.
I'm gonna get on one knee, and I'm gonna take a small like specimen jar off of a pouch on my like shorts. I'm gonna put the pickle into what feels like a gaseous gel to like preserve it so it won't go bad.
Pickle pocket.
And I'm gonna screw it together and I'm gonna be like, my friend, you honor me. And I hope
That's the good stuff. That was one of Laloon's.
I'm gonna say this was one of the loons.
Yes, we had a pickle party.
Well, let me tell you something, Double P. I appreciate it more than you can know.
And I appreciate You finally giving me a nickname.
What was the nickname? Double P?
Double
Double
P?
P. It stands for Pickle Party.
Hey, that's that telekinesis. That's that telekinesis that has been there the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like nodding in appreciation, like, wow, that's pretty cool.
You said it, Windy.
And all of a sudden, during this beautiful moment, all of a sudden there's a large kind of like, which you now standing close to him can see is a slightly hairy turtle. There's just like a weird amount of hair on him, and he's like,
Okay.
"Ship's fixed." And he gestures over, and there's just like boards, just like hammered over it in a very unceremonious way, and the hole is like crunched into it.
I was about to marvel at the speed at which this turtle person had worked, and I now sort of have a different answer for why that didn't take very long. But hey, Derek. Hey, Derek.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hey, Derek. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, you come take over my town, and I treat you right.
You know what? Honestly, it kind of explains itself the more you talk. It even makes more sense.
Stoned ass turtle. Well, Chezzer, should you ever require our aid, please call upon us.
We don't have business cards, but
But use magic.
you helped us.
There's there's magic in the world.
Yeah.
You can use it to find us.
Use
You
your
have the
mind
pickle.
powers. Maybe we can shout across the galaxy. We shout loud enough, you know.
Right. Hey, listen. There's a paradox in wild space travel, you know. The vastness of the far cosmos and how deep and far apart everything gets. Thing emits rays, particles of light. The odds always seem that those streams will never cross again. The rays will never intersect. And yet time and time again we find that wild space is full of the strangest coincidences. In the vastness of eternity, I've got a gut feeling this isn't the last time we're going to cross paths. Well,
Damn, says the turtle.
Mind, hairy turtle?
Derek, get out
Could
of
you
here,
please?
Derek.
Sorry, I was just
Technically-
right. That was I was into that. That was amazing. It was
Technically our
beautiful.
hostage, Derek. You can leave.
Yeah, get quiet.
My heart's hostage too now. Wow.
Let him speak. He speaks for all of us. Derek, right on, man.
We were having a moment.
I'm gonna go lay down.
I think that's for the best.
You are.
The sleepiest pirates I've ever met.
What is with these sleepy pirates? But Kai will reach out for a handshake. Yeah.
The turtle grabs it first.
No, not you!
Derek.
Get the fuck out
Derek,
of here,
honestly,
Derek!
you know what?
Get to shake hands.
I actually am flipping around. This turtle kind of rules. I'm actually coming around on it. Just it's ballsy. It's really ballsy, and I kind of have to give respect.
That is a power move.
Derek.
Poaching someone else's handshake is a
Hey,
huge
don't
power
do
move.
that.
You're a hostage, Derek. You are a prisoner.
Behave
I'm not
like
an
a
asshole.
prisoner.
I'm not an asshole. I'm just confused. He says.
You
Go
are
to bed.
Walks away.
technically a hostage. Go get some sleep, Derek.
You're looking like a pile of experience points now. Get out of here.
I'll go for the handshake.
Yeah, bring it in.
it
You
in.
can see Kai's metal frame is also sort of pockmarked where he's been scarred by this dream eater now.
Wear him with pride, Brazzy. Wear him with pride. Putting my money on either side of that fight, I put it on you over the Dream Eater every time, mate.
Likewise.
Windy, mate. Thanks for the heads up with that lion penguin out there, mate. Got a sharp eye, Windy. You are cool.
Tip my
Instead of
my
figure-
black
oh
hand.
no, there was a lion penguin. I was like, what are you talking about?
It's been a wild ride.
This guy and the nicknames and the aphorisms.
But I will ask, Ches, I'll be like,
Do you know where this portal goes?
Can I detect anything on that, or can I see
Yeah.
any? Yeah.
I mean, in fact, you would know very specifically that it came from a chaos realm, and that you would know. Yeah, actually, this is an easy check for you, but I still want you to roll for the specifics of where this Dream Eater came from, which chaos realm it came from. So
Let's definitely not.
More than one.
Dinger Schminger off to the Chaos Realm.
That's a 17.
Okay, cool.
Assuming I'm rolling. Sorry, that was a history check, but I don't know. If that's
absolutely. Yeah, I always forget to say the actual ones. Yeah, I'm just going to. Yeah, so it is a portal to the chaos plane of tumult, Tumult, and it's not great. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to dive deep into lore here, but this is specifically the worst fear out of a Dream Eater entering this space is that the possibility that the plane of tumult is trying to get back into the material plane because it is very active in its disarray, even if it's not evil. So, in which you have experienced before. So,
Right. Behind this portal is a plane called Tumult, and what I'll say is this. There are many different types of chaos realm, wild space vortexes, strange things happen in wild space all the time. And the anxiety that even a seasoned ranger feels interacting with those sources of anxiety stems from the worry in your heart that you might be dealing with tumult. I wouldn't go through that portal if I were you, and I would advise anyone you know to follow that same piece of advice.
Can we shut it down? Oh, you already did that. Never mind.
The guild's going to
Withdraw.
come and the guild's going to come and try to make it as safe as it possibly can, but at the end of the day, that's the heart of chaos. That's the deepest home of the most elder Dream Eaters, and I have thought many lonely nights out at the edges of wild space about what waits on the other side of a door like that.
Should
Well-
we leave a note or something?
Oh yeah, that's what the caution tape is. So the
Okay.
so the caution tape is sort of
Yeah.
stay back.
That makes sense.
yeah. You realize it does say worst case scenario across the tape. Yeah.
Honestly, it's a good thing you had that tape.
We come prepared. I mean, that's what my job is, you know. I want to just holler at Klik as well, and just be like, mate, that's some fast jumping out there. Thanks. I saw you with that Chachka a couple times right before K.A.I landed the finishing blow there. Thanks for the getting me out of the clutch, friend.
Anytime. Thanks for the tips on mind powers.
Oh, you gotta scream mind powers. Like you gotta belt it. If I try to do it half or quiet, it doesn't work. But
You hear a throat clear after you've kind of like gone around complimenting people, and Talon like adjusts her coif with her mechanical ear, and she just kind of like is like not even looking. She's just like kind of like has rolled up to the group and is just looking around.
I'm gonna look at Klik and wink and say, "Boomer, 1 second." And I'm going to look over at Talon and be like, Talon, right?
Yeah.
Listen, I wanted to. You were an original crew of the Dinger, is that right?
No, I'm just kind of I'm searching for the answers on how to save the world.
She just keeps getting us in trouble.
Ah, right. Listen, I wanted to ask if you could give me a hand with something, because I'm pretty sure that Turtle over here, Derek, didn't patch up my ship exactly right. Would you mind lending me a hand just to make sure that I'm good to fly out of here?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm actually very good with spelljamming ships, so I'm happy to do that. I would love to. And she walks over and like rips off what Derek did, and just and then she very kind of like quickly she's like, Kai, can you? And she just kind of like takes the piece off, and her arm turns into a blade for a second. She just like chisels off pieces of it, so it fits right. And she's like, Kai, would you mind kind of just like molding it there?
Oh, you want me to come help?
Yes, I mean, usually we do these things together. I'm just trying to, you do what we usually do. That's all. It's just our standard. There's no difference here, kind of thing.
Okay, sure. I'll join the two of you. You two will go, and I will also go.
No,
Is that what you want?
I realized that like it's already fitting right here, and she's like, look, Chuz,
I think you've got
fitting.
this.
It's fitting.
I'm going to slip a piece of gum into her
Talon,
pocket.
I'll be there in 1 second, mate. I'll say, Brazzy, you're all right here, mate. I do hope we cross paths again. I'm going to get down real quick and say, Laloon is a close friend of mine, and her vouchsafe goes a long way. But I feel you saved my life. It's not an exaggeration, and I'll just go ahead and say that Laloon's friends is a category that you no longer occupy to me solely. I consider you my friends as well, and I hope I see you. Hope I see you out there amongst the stars. I'm going to lead out real quick and give Moonboy one. I want to give Moonboy one last hug because Moonboy freaked out the most at meeting me, and I just want to whisper in Moonboy's ears because we also had that conversation where he was like, people don't know if he's real or delusional or not. And I'm just going to whisper in his ear and be like, you take care of yourself. Double M. And I'm going to stand up and I'm going to leave it as a mystery. And I'm going to head over, I'm going to wave and head over to the boat and hang out with Talon.
Yeah. She just describes how she fixed the ship to you. She's just like, yeah, I did this because I know a bunch about spelljamming ships. I'm like really good at them. I'm very.
Fade to black. Save it for the fan art.
Yeah.
Can I say that I give Talon a little bardic inspiration when I see her being all clumsy on the ship. I know she's not rolling for it, but flavor-wise.
With that little like perk in her step, she asks you, "Hey, before you go, how did you get to be a guild member? Like, I'm someone who's interested in like making sure the world is safer, and it seems like you do it in a way that is so effortless. How did you do that?"
Well, I'd love to tell you the story. Do you want to take a little ride around the cove and talk about? Be interested to know more about you as well. For the record, Talon, and I'm happy to have these sort of like interview style questions as to like my biography or background. I've fully made a clear effort to isolate the two of us with some privacy. So this could not be a more clear kind of like fireworks up in the air, like green light, I'm interested, you're interested, mutual understanding.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're firmly on. We are on terra firma. You know, we're there. We did it. You know.
Yeah. Well, she puts her hand out and she's like, no, and she like, kind of like bumps you on the shoulder. She's like, yeah, let's go. I'm down to take a second. She says, kind of like trying to relax her shoulders, and you all can just hang out for a little bit. You can have like a nice like hour before you have to go. And she's like, cool, yeah.
Is he gonna give everybody a ride around the cove here?
No, mate. I do feel close to all of you. This is a different sort of thing, you know. So this is different. But all the love in all the stars to all of you, for real.
She's a romanceable NPC for him. Can't you see?
And after like an hour of like you all just like getting on the ship and hanging out, she comes back and she's like, she gets off and you're on the other, and she just walks out like super stoked. Like she's such a edgy, like kind of aggressive at times. Does not seem to care. Like works very hard to seem like she doesn't care, and she walks off just kind of like, Kai, man, it's crazy that we've come so far in this. I feel so close to you all, and I'm just like, this is crazy. We've done so much.
It's true.
We certainly have.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got to go like right now. He's super late, so you all should say goodbye because he has to leave like right now. So
I want to walk off looking very like glowing and happy as well. And I'm gonna hand some papers over to, and like I think like maybe like a little medallion or something to Talon, which is actual like the guild, its history, and like some papers to like apply to the guild. And I just want to look at her in the eye and be like, and Talon. And I'm sorry, red line. I'm gonna say, Tally, you know you'd make a great ranger. And I'm gonna look at K.A.I and wink and be like, my man said it the first time. Everybody get in here. And get a big group hug.
All right.
the crew.
I'm throwing guidance on everybody for their hug rolls.
Me too.
Derek the turtle's like, thanks, man. And he's like,
Derek!
he's in there too.
Guidance.
What, you're supposed to be sleeping.
I'm too excited to sleep. And yeah, Brennan, if you want to just give us like, you're in this like weird beat up catamaran as you take off, I would love to just kind of like give your poof out into the stars. As your ship needs to kind of like get outside of the planet, the gravity of the planet, but there is this kind of like float away into boom scene that if you want to give us, we can call it with that.
Standing like with one arm on the rope, leaning off of the main mast of the catamaran, like waving my hat like crazy, going, yeah, later, my friends, be well, good fortune amongst the stars, and then like, pew, it spell jam off towards the horizon. I want to zoom through space, like just sort of like hanging, part leaning off the rope, gazing off into the stars. I grab that weird, scaly little parrot, pull it out. Click. Day 46. I met some of the best mates in all of wild space today, and I want to tell you all about them. And that's all for Chuz.
So good.
Very good.
So good. Take a bow, Brennan. What an exit. Thank you so much.
This was so much fun!
I got so caught up in the moment, I didn't make Aaron roll for hugging, which I usually do when we have guests, and I didn't do it.
I mean, with all that guidance, it was going to be a super.
We're all hugged to death. We rolled 43.
21.
21. See, there we go. Didn't even need that. Was right there.
Nice.
Thank you so much, Brennan. That was amazing. That was so fun.
Ow! Joy! Pure joy! Your guys' stream is so good. Your game is so good. I had a
Spelljammer.
ball.
Thank
You
you
are.
so much. That was so fun.
Dude.
That
so
was so
fun.
fun.
Jam
I-
those spells.
I hate having guests on only because they leave, and it's such a good time hanging out.
One
so,
day we must
but-
say goodbye.
But it's perfect. Chuz will be thinking of you out amongst the stars, and when paths cross again, it will be all the you get. That's the scene in the movie where the old friends see each other and they haven't seen each other in a long time, and they go, ah, and then they have the adventure. In the
Oh
past.
yeah. One of them's got an eye patch now. Klik has 8 arms. What?
Yeah, and who knows what happens.
So
Getting the
great.
gang back.
Windrider
wait.
has an additional iPad.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Not on his eye.
Yeah, not where you think.
Not where you'd think.
My belly button.
Well, thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out. Thank you to all the new people who came to check out our show. We play this ongoing campaign every Monday at 7 o'clock. We're coming on a year, y'all. We're just a few episodes away
Crazy.
from doing this every Monday for a year. So thank you so much for checking us out. If you want to check out more from our game, you can check out our YouTube channel. You can come hang out with us in the Discord and just have fun chatting with us after the show about it, which we usually do. And shout out to Big Top, who
Top.
sponsor this show. Make sure we have the wonderful people like Case Drury of Tiger Moon Productions, who's been doing all this the cool stream stuff that you see with Chuz's
Tiger
art
Sun.
popping up. The map showing up here. That map is done by Joshua Smith, who is Every Map a Story on Instagram. He makes custom maps for us that are amazing. And then we have Jason Wardell on the keys here. Our show is live soundtrack. He improvises a soundtrack every week right here playing, hanging out. We get to have fun conversations like, okay, Jason, this week there's a portal, but it's like a living portal, and it's going to be like mean. So can you give me a synth that sounds like that? He does it every time.
He crushes it.
It's awesome. So I think that's it. Anybody else have anything?
Yeah, I wanted
Need
to
to
plug my
cover?
game company if I can real quick. I have a game
Please
company
do.
called Occupied Hex, and I'm trying to build a mailing list, so I'm giving away dice. I have some Kraken dice and some Wormwood dice that I'm giving away. All you have to do
Nice giveaways.
is be on that mailing list at the
exciting.
end of the month. I just put it in chat. And yeah, I make role-playing games,
And then, Brennan, you have a new season of Dimension 20 coming very soon, right?
Yes.
New episodes?
So new episodes every week. Wednesdays, Dropout TV. I'm the dungeon master for a thing called Dimension 20. It's a show where we play D&D. They're short seasons. It's an anthology. We did Magic New York. We did High School for Heroes. Right now, we're airing Mice and Murder, which is like if the Wind and the Willows animals brutally murdered someone and then other animals had to solve it.
Oh my god, amazing.
It's called Mice and Murder. It's
Holy
airing
shit.
now. It's airing now. We got all kinds of fun mashup, mix 'em ups with different people. We have lots of great guests. We have College Humor cast members, and we have the McElroys have played, and Matt Mercer and Marisha Ray came and played, and we've had a lot of fun friends.
Hell yeah.
And also, it's every Wednesday. We also youtube.com/Dimension20 show. There's a bunch of free seasons, and you go to dropout.tv, sign up for free trial, see if you like it. If you don't, it's a trial.
Watch it.
Watch
You should
it.
do it.
Watch it.
I've watched it.
Do
It's
it.
very good. I recommend it. It's very good. So
Yeah, you can also see me on Actually, where Brennan used to write for.
Yes! Jordan's one of my favorite guests we ever had on him, actually. Jordan's episodes are
It's so
hysterical.
fun.
Go watch
It's incredible
Jordan on
stuff.
Actually. It's great.
Go watch all of that stuff. Also, I've been following you guys. The art on Instagram is very good for that particular arc.
Oh, yes. This current one for Mice and
Yeah,
Murder?
the current one that you're doing, the Mice and
Shout
Murder
out
is-
to Tucker Donovan,
Very
Tucker
dope.
D_art
Yeah.
on Twitter. He's phenomenal. He's an unbelievably talented artist, and he draws a very good Edward Gorey style murder weasel.
Truly.
So that's great.
That is exactly
Man.
what it is.
if you couldn't tell
Pirate
from the
penguins and murder
yeah,
weasels.
murder
What a
weasel
world.
sounds
What
like
a
my
world.
So,
I gotta go to sleep.
yeah.
What a night.
Well, cool. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you so much, Brennan, for hanging out with us, and we'll see y'all next week.
We love you. Go away. I cast you out.
Get out of here, Derek.
Stargazer, Moonboy, Klik, the Crusher, K.A.I, Humbly Chef, and the Windrider, Flute, Whimteaser. They're better than heroes.